What's up, guys? Good evening. This is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar, back at it again. I want to give a shout out to all the customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. Big shout outs to baby girl. I got your picture today. I'm going to post it to my Instagram. So big shout outs to baby girl. Sent me a picture in her swimsuit. Lornie is also up there in her swimsuit. Big shout outs to the customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. Big shout outs to members only. Members only are designated by the circle next to their name. Please make sure that you subscribe. I know some of you guys that are on the continent have messaged me and said you're not seeing the join button or the link is not working for you. It may be a regional thing. Unfortunately, some services are not available when you are on African networks. So if you are abroad, you would need to either use your foreign data on your phone, or if you have a VPN or something like that, to be able to access the members only. So that's what it is. Big shout outs also to my moderators. Hi guys. Tonight I want to talk about this topic. This is kind of a piggyback off of last night's topic, where I encouraged us to stop exercising white supremacy on each other. By way of, basically our association to the West, our association to white people makes us kind of have this hierarchy chart within our ethnicities. And we've got it in that. So I'm going to piggyback on that topic and say, because we're different, we can't work together. I think, a matter of fact, I know definitively a lot of our people get caught up in semantics. Okay, they get caught up in the finite details and the trivial things and all of that, and they totally miss the opportunity and they totally miss what it's all about. We don't all have to be the same to get things done. Okay, we don't all have to walk the same path. I'll use this as an example of, for instance, Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Okay. Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X both had, different approaches towards the freedom of the Black man. Okay. We obviously know Malcolm X was by any means necessary. He felt that, the Black man should just establish his own communities and not even look to the white man for leadership or guidance, and not care what they thought and not integrate with them, and so on and so forth. Dr. Martin Luther King had the more liberal mentality. Let's integrate, let's do this peacefully, let's use the law and these kind of things. However, because of the common goal of civil rights, they were able to, kind of unite their direction into the legislation for the civil rights. Big shout outs. Tito's the first one in the chat room. Guys, if you're there, make sure you say hi to me, okay? Because I know it's been a while. I haven't been doing regular live streams. If you're a part of our members only, you know why. So, yes, but please do engage in this conversation. The thing is, when we have the conversation among the diaspora, we get into semantics. Okay, what are semantics? Semantics are like the details, and in many cases, trivial details. Okay, and that is where a lot of us are hung up at. The Africans are talking about what the Black Americans are doing, what the Black British are doing, what they have done. The Black Americans are talking about their interactions with Africa and, African people and blah, 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 historical stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And at the end of the day, the consensus that we should have, okay, and the consensus that will make life easier for you and I and allow us to progress in life is to understand, yes, we do have differences. And so what? We do have differences, but there are things where we are in unison, and I would say in large part, the diaspora, especially the diaspora that's heading to the continent, they have a very similar desire for the continent. They don't want it to be taken over by foreigners. Okay. They don't want a loss of culture. Okay. They want continued safety, a safe haven from the West and blah, blah, blah. They want opportunity. They want access to land. Okay. We have these things in common. Why aren't we striving for the common goals instead of getting caught up in the fact that we're different? When we're different, it's definitive. It's definitive. Even if you live in America, for instance, say you grow up in New York City, and then there's someone who grows up in California, and there's someone who grows up in Texas. Although you are American, although you're from the same country, there are differences even within your nation. Even if you want to break it down to African nations, okay, you might come from northern Ghana, you might come from the south, okay, you might come from the big city, or you might come from rural communities. The fact that we're different is really irrelevant. Okay, the fact that we're different is totally irrelevant, because what we need to be driving at is the common goal. What is it that we want from our nation? What is it that we need from our nation? What is it we want from our people? That is where we should be focused. Not, oh, I don't like the way this person wears clothes. I don't like the way this person has an accent. I don't like this person's food. I don't like the way they do this. I don't like the way they do that. It's all trivial. Big shout outs Mind, Body, and Soul TV, representing for members only. Also, Mind, Body, Soul TV, I checked your avatar. I see her rocking her African superstar shirt in the picture. We actually have that same shirt together. Big shout outs to Mind, Body, Soul TV, a customer to AfricanSuperstar.com. She is fully representing this platform. Big shout outs to you, honey. Tito says the point of Pan-Africanism is to unite for the common cause of global Black liberation despite our differences. Gotta look at the long game. That's the synopsis of what I'm talking about. Big shout outs to Tito on that point. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You guys missed the boat. Okay? Perhaps not those of you actually watching me in the chat room, but some of you that will come across this channel. The fact that, we have cultural differences and blah, blah, blah. Guys, it's irrelevant. So what? Who cares? It's stupid. At the end of the day, there are things that we all want, like Tito said. Okay? We get caught up in these back and forth discussions and blah, blah, blah. Well, the Africans did this and that to me. The Africans ain't doing this, that, the other. The Black Americans did this. The Black Americans didn't do that. The Caribbeans did this. The Nigerians did. And it's really just nonsense. And I don't blame our people for sometimes the way that they initially process information and their initial reaction to things, because we are socialized to be emotional and we are socialized to not be productive. Okay? We're socialized to do things that are not going to resolve the problems that we're enduring, not going to change the circumstances for the future, not position us to win. We do surface, topical, busybody type of actions towards our problems. Okay, I'm of the thinking, for instance, that implementation, actions are the only way that you're going to be able to get things done. Okay, hoping, wishing, protesting, asking, begging, crying, wishing, all those kind of things are not going to bring you any kind of solutions at all. And those are the precise avenues that our people keep traveling every time they have an ordeal, every time they have a problem. Blacks, for instance, in the West, they have been and will always be begging for acknowledgement, begging for equality. That is how it is. And actually, if you think about it quite logically, if you think about it, the fact that foreign people believe, okay, and by foreign people, I'm counting all of us Blacks that live in the West, okay, from Black Americans to African migrants to Black British Caribbeans, Afro Latinos, all of us, okay. The concept that you as a foreigner will be able to excel and live your best life outside of your homeland. Okay. You're going to go to somebody else's land and you think that they're actually going to allow you to escalate in their nations and live your best life. It's a flawed sense of thinking anyway, because the reality is that these other ethnicities are all about self-preservation. What's up, Donnie goes in? Thank you for stopping by, brother. Good to see you. Thank you for the family members who are on code and engaging in this chat tonight. Thank you. You see, because they're always going to have you at bay. You see, that's why real Pan-Africans are like, I'm going to the motherland. There's too many restrictions in this environment. There's too many hindrances. There's too many variables for my failure in this environment. I'm going to a place where I have the competitive advantage. Okay. The thinking that we're going to keep coexisting in these lands, keep experiencing the same hardship, keep going through the same minutia, and we just keep going. And somehow it's going to get better. You know, that song, Sam Cooke, A Change Is Going to Come. You know, y'all know how many of y'all Negroes love that song, right? If you love that song, if you guys know that song, let me see a number one. Sam Cooke, A Change Is Going to Come. Okay. It's a beautiful song and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's wishful thinking that one day things are just going to rectify themselves. That is not how anything goes. You have to rectify your problems. Big shout outs to those of you, you know, Sam Cooke is a very popular song. Okay, it's a very emotional song. But it's, again, flawed in its thinking, flawed in its concept that one day things are going to change. Things are just going to change on their own. No, things are not going to change. These people are capitalizing off of us being in the circumstances that we're in. They're absolutely not going to change things. We have to decide that we are not going to participate in their game, in their society anymore. And then on top of that, we have to have the courage to go back to our homelands and invest in our homelands and use our skill sets in our homelands. It's a two-pronged attempt. Okay. Decide to disassociate with your abuser. Okay. Disassociate with the environment that's hindering you, that's not letting you be great. And reinvest in the place where you want to see some fruit and some results. What's up, guys? I see you there. Tonight, I'm talking about the fact that we're different. Does it mean that we can't work together? Does it mean that we can't progress? You know, it doesn't have to be. You know, I've told members of the diaspora that come to the continent and, you know, they take issue with that and they take issue with this and, you know, they don't like this and that. Don't frustrate yourself. Okay. Some things are part of the environment that you're going to. You're going to frustrate yourself because that's the way it is. That's the way it is currently. Maybe that's the way it's been for a long time. Where your effort should be is the solutions provided. If you see, for instance, some kind of behavior, what's up, Lorne? Big shout outs to Lorne. How are you, sweetie? If you see things going on among our people, talking about them and complaining about them and, you know, criticizing, that is not effective. Okay. What is going to be effective is creating some type of, you know, infrastructure for change. You know, I tell you guys, I know I have some new viewers because this is a new platform and you may not know my whole story. But I've been here on YouTube for a long time and I was recently shut down my platform of over 11K. So I'm rebuilding my platform. Big shout outs to my homegirl Paula back there in Columbus, Ohio. I see you, sweetheart. Thank you for stopping by. What's up, Stacy G? Big shout outs to you repping in Accra. I came to, for instance, this social media space because I see all of the negativity that's in the media. I see the representation of Black women in the media. And I also see that our people are really, really being conditioned to be ineffective in life. Okay, so I didn't sit around and complain about the dynamic as is. No. Okay, I utilized the mediums that were at my disposal to have an impact, and I have indeed had an impact. I have indeed exposed a lot of my peers, people that are close to me, people that don't even know me, to the continent. I have given them thought-provoking topics about a lot of the things that are facing our people. Okay, I have influenced young people. All of that from simply seeking a solution based, lifestyle. All right. And that's what I want to promote us to do. We understand that there are differences between, the diaspora at large. Okay. Because we have been outside, of our homeland, we have begun to ingest these Western lifestyles and cultures and languages. We are estranged from the homeland. It's cool to admit it. Fine. So be it. It's the facts. But there has to be, we have to strive among those differences to find the common ground and drive at the common ground, or else we're not going to be in any kind of better situation. The diaspora that's heading back to the continent in some form or fashion has got to work together in order to have an impact. Okay, if we have pockets here, pockets there, we got one out in Senegal, we got one in Kenya, we got one in South Africa, we are not going to be effective as the diaspora coming home. And that's what we want to do. We know it's a land grab. We know it's a battleground on the continent. We're trying to prevent some of those things from happening. Guess what? We've got to collaborate. I talked briefly about collaboration in my last speech in Ghana. We've got to find that middle ground and be effective, guys. That's what it's all about. And I don't know about you, but I'm all about results. Okay, I'm all about the track record. That is what I'm about. Okay, people that talk a lot, they don't impress me. Okay, I want to see track record. I want to see results. Okay, the diaspora talks a really good talk about what they want to do on the continent and blah, blah, blah. Where are your results? Do you have any? Okay, because almost doesn't count. Almost winning an Olympic gold medal, it doesn't count. Almost getting the job doesn't count. Almost getting the girl, getting the guy doesn't count. Almost winning the lottery does not count. You feel me? You got to do it. Okay, almost being the African superstar, it doesn't count. Just imagine I was, sitting in Europe saying, I almost am in Africa. I'm almost there. I'm almost at the airport. I'm almost on the plane. I almost got my visa. You guys would think I'm a joke. And we settle for almost. We settle for almost. Well, I gave it a good go. I tried. I tried. We are at a point in our history that we've got to go beyond trying. We've got to go beyond wanting change and hoping for change and praying for change. We've got to get to the stage of implementation. That's it. Because almost doesn't count. So all this other stuff that we do. Okay, some of you guys are picketers out there, protesters. Okay, think about all the time that you've invested at those protests. Have you seen any fruit from your labor? Huh? You went out to the Breonna Taylor protest. You went out to George Floyd. You even went out for Trayvon all them years ago. And guess what? Black men, Black women, still getting gunned down by whites in America. Have been for centuries. Not going to change. You keep getting discriminated on at the job. You keep getting profiled. You keep getting minimalized in society. It's not going to change. You have children. They're now in the system. They're now going through the indoctrination. It's not going to change. Prevention is better than a cure. Why are we allowing history to repeat itself, and then trying to do rehabilitation. Do you know how difficult it is to break away from, you know, exposure that you've had in your foundational years as an adult? You're trying to change the way you see the world and the way you process information and your outlook. Why are we deliberately, you know, allowing this stuff to happen? We all agree that the mentality of our people is a huge issue. And we know that it comes from what is being instilled in them via education, via the media, via religion. Why are those not the first places that we seek to erect change? You know, I definitely think that's one of the grounds that the diaspora and continental Africans agree on, is that the mentality of the African is messed up. Lacking self-esteem, lacking knowledge, lacking identity, huh? You know, if we are not consciously addressing that, how do we really expect change in the future, guys? Let's be honest here. How do we expect change in the future? We're not preparing. You know, the future is tomorrow. So what are we doing today to impact tomorrow? And most importantly, the kids are the future. The kids are the future. As it stands, we're still allowing our children to be brainwashed by these mediums I just mentioned. Okay, religion, media, and education. We're still allowing it. Okay, we're not starting our own Pan-African schools. You know, with African-centered curriculums, we're not writing our own curriculums. You see, these kind of things is where the effort needs to go, not semantics, not the differences that we all know exist. Okay, we all know, yes, culturally. We as the diaspora, we're different culturally. Yes. We all come from the same root. Yes. But culturally, we're different. Yes. Can we move on? Can we move on from that irrefutable fact so that we can be effective and make some progress? Big shout outs to the African Superstar family tonight. I see 20 of y'all in there with me. Please make sure that you have the lights up. Big shout outs to Mind, Body, and Soul TV. Our moderators doing a great job in there. Stacy says, you need the right mindset and the tenacity to stay the course to produce fruitful, long-lasting results. And that's S&P. Okay? That what Stacy has said, in other words, is S&P. You know, are we mature enough to look at the big picture and commit ourselves to the big picture? Because, see, when I learned this truth, okay, I learned this truth, you know, I'd say probably maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I learned the truth that whatever I want in life, it's not up to anyone else, you know, not even spiritually. It's up to Gina. Okay, it's up to what I decide and what I enact. Period. Okay, we don't have to wonder and ponder the future for our people if we are taking, strategic steps to ensure that whatever it is we want to happen in the future, you know, if we sit down and say, okay, in 20 years, this is what we want Kenya's, you know, industries to look like. This is what we want Ghana to look like. This is what we want Senegal to look like. If we sat down and mapped it out, put the blueprint down and rolled it out, we have a high probability of achieving that. Those of you guys that have watched me for years, okay, have seen me move from America to the UK and move from the UK to Ghana. I did it by exactly what we're talking about. I didn't leave it to chance. I didn't say, oh, I hope one day. Some of you guys are very guilty. One day I'm going to go to Africa. One day I'm going to see the motherland. One day I'm going to travel. One day I'm going to start that business. One day I'm going to have fun. One day I'm going to live my best life. That's not a good strategy, guys. Well, if the Lord wills, if it's in God's will, not a great strategy, guys. You can do better. Huh? Some of you guys are professionals. Have you ever heard in the boardroom, just stay prayerful? Huh? We're going to see next quarter results. Let's hope for the best, guys. Hell no. In the corporate world, there's marketers, there's strategists, there's analysts, there's project managers, there's executives, there's directors, there's all these people that are pulling, it together to what? Project success in the future. Okay, and we know all these things because a lot of us are professionals and a lot of us are moving pieces to this machine. But when it comes to our lives, when it comes to our people, when it comes to our homeland, we don't take a similar approach. It's just that simple. China wanted to be big, so China strategized and molded the youth in their nations of what the direction they wanted us to go. Big shout outs, Jackie. I see you there, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Abzed, I see you there. Big shout outs to the family. Please make sure you hit the likes, guys. Please, please, please. I'm not going to be before you long tonight. For real. But this was just a message I kind of wanted, like I said, to piggyback on last night, because we see all this nonsense on social media. And we know it exists even between our people. And we just need to come to the consensus that, hey, you know what? We are different. We have some differences, but there are some core things that we all agree on. There are some core things we want to see. I would say all Pan-Africans want to see the continent in a better situation, right? If you want to see the continent in a better situation, just type yes. Okay? And this extends, I don't care what part of the continent you're from. I don't care if you live in America, if you live in Europe, if you live UK, Australia, even if you're in Asia. We all agree on this, that we want to see the continent in a better situation. All right? Okay? It's very, very simplistic how we do it. We come to the consensus, yes, we want our nation to, in 20 years, be able to do blah, 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 blah. And then we line it up. Education is absolutely key. I tell those of you that are in education, that have the know-how of how schools operate, or, how homeschools operate, or how to write curriculums, or how to do these things, please get busy with the game plan. That's where we start. Okay? Black people wouldn't have low self-esteem if they were instilled properly with the truth of who they are, and encouraging and empowering things. When I go to address a crowd, I don't go to the crowd and browbeat and criticize and tear down my audience and tell them, you guys are stupid, you guys are this and that, you guys are lazy, and you guys are guilty. You're the reason that this happens. No, I go and speak life to my audience. Okay, that's why I'm a motivational speaker, because I empower, I encourage. That is where it starts. We encourage our young people to be leaders and find solutions to the problems that are confronting their people and their environment. You empower them to do that. You will be very surprised what you get out of it. That is why in the West, extensive, efforts have been made to tear down, restrict, and compress our people. They don't want to encourage us to be great, because they need us to stay down so that they can have their position and they can continue to project their greatness. So how do we counteract that? Well, we start instilling our people. You know, we start letting them know, hey, we don't need to go to America's not the only place for us to be. We can live here and ball out and have our own, our own good life in our own countries. We can have our own amenities here. We can have our own blah 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 blah. These are the kind of things, you know. So what's up, Mr. XDMC? I've been missing you, man. I ain't seen you in a minute. So thank you for popping in the chat room and engaging. Like I said, I'm not going to be before you guys long. I just wanted to bring this topic. I just want to encourage you to think about it. Okay. Take a different perspective when you're dealing with your peers. Okay. It's not for you to be like, this is the way we do it. You're not Montel Jordan. Okay. This is how we do. That's not you. Okay. None of you are him. All right. So your way is not always the best way. Your way is not definitive. That's a message for those of you in the West. Your way is not superior to everybody else's way. If you have that mindset, you're no different than the white man that came to the continent and began to colonize our ancestors. Okay, because they said, you know what, we don't like the way you guys live. You guys are savages, so you need to adapt the Western lifestyle. You need to adapt the European lifestyle. You need to eat like this. You need to wear these kind of clothes. You need to speak our language. Okay, when you are going to the continent with that kind of mentality, you start looking down on the local people there and thinking, wow, they do this, they do that. I don't like the way they do this, that, blah, blah, blah. That's what you're doing. There's not just one way of life. Okay, there's not just one way of life. And certainly with all of its holes and all of its negativity, the Western lifestyles are not superior to the rest of the world. Okay, let me tell you, because some of y'all think that y'all are doing it. I see it all the time. People think they are just the bomb because they come from the West, when really they're in a mess. Other cultures manage to have generational wealth. Other cultures manage to have generational families. Other cultures are not having the contention in their, communities. Huh? Other ethnics, they have good lives, good quality lives, live long, have fulfilling lives. Okay, the West is not, it's not it. All right. And if it was, you wouldn't be looking at the international community. So let's just keep it real. All right. We have differences. I've settled it for you. It's true. So what? Let's look for the common denominators. This is what we agree on, and this is what we need to address. Do we agree? Yes, we agree. Okay. Let that be our objectives. Let's use our media spaces. Let's use our resources to be effective, guys. Aren't you tired? Just talking and just being a talker and having nothing to show for it. I'm tired of all these people that just talk and have nothing to show for it. So big shout out, guys. I'm definitely done. Okay. I got to go. Also, big shout outs again to the customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. I appreciate you guys. A lot of you guys have purchased swimsuits, and I really love it. It makes me feel so happy. T. Kelly asked me the other day who does my designs, and I have done all the designs for you guys on the AfricanSuperstar.com. Every last thing. I do not outsource anything. Built the website, handle your orders, handle the marketing, the emails, the videos, the whole nine. So it really gives me great pride when I see the family members supporting the business and loving their products and rocking their products and feeling confident in their products, because that is precisely what I designed it for. So big shout outs for you guys. Also, big shout outs to our members only who are designated by the Circle. Mind, Body, and Soul TV is represented for members only tonight. I know some of you guys have said, I can't see the link. I can't see join. If you're on the continent, you may not be able to sign up unless you are on a VPN or UK data or American data, because it's not available on the continent, unfortunately. So, if you don't see the join or the link is not working for you, that may be the circumstance. I've gone back and checked the link multiple times, so I know it's right. So yes. But I do hope a lot of you guys come and join me back on members only. We had a lot on the previous platform, and I've been dropping some behind the scenes of what's going on with me currently. So join members only, family. What's up, Michael? Oh, I see you there. What's up? Jolie loves our products. Yes, she is a repeat shopper. She keeps telling us this now, guys. So you guys have seen this. Okay. I've seen it in the chat at least 2 or 3 times that I'm going to get some pictures of the swimsuit. I don't know. So I think we need to start holding Jolie accountable because she be talking. I mean, I don't know how long it takes to make a picture. I don't know. I take a lot of selfies, but I'm just saying, I don't know. So the whole family, everybody saw Jolie said, she said the pics are coming soon. So I'm going to need y'all to let her have it. Okay. In the next chat, if the pics are not, if we see this message again, if we see his message again, I'm going to need y'all to let her have it. All right, family. I love y'all. Big shout out. Thank you so much for coming to see me tonight. It's good to see the family. It's good to, I'm just teasing Jolie, okay? Please don't get all emotional and be like, oh my God, Gina was trolling Jolie. No, it's all a joke. We're laughing, okay? We hope so, Michael. We hope. I mean, it's a battle of the bulge. Trust me, it's my belly. It's not for lack of motivation, I'll tell you. It's really hard to lose weight, But I really don't particularly work out for weight loss. I work out for my mental well-being. Obviously I like looking good. Working out gives you energy. It relieves stress. It does so many things. I would, of course, love to lose a few pounds, but working out is just a part of my lifestyle to keep me young, keep me healthy, keep me strong. So yeah, the workouts are going okay. The workouts are going okay. But I'm in it for S&P. I'm in it for the long haul. So I'm not looking at any short term. You guys know I've been pretty active in the gym for years now. So anyway, family, I know y'all want to chill. Maybe the next live stream, we'll just politic. I'll open up the call lines. Y'all can talk, ask questions, talk randomness. Okay? All right, family. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.